Now the issue is my classroom. I wanted to do a classroom tour forever and I've just never felt like it's finished, never felt like it was clean enough. So I decided just to give you a Friday afternoon classroom tour. Luckily it is somewhat clean because we cleaned up after we did some serious artwork. But it is not perfect. It never will be. Classrooms aren't meant to be perfect. They're meant to be functional and fun and where learning happens. So no, yes, it is not perfect and I need to get over myself and stop trying to make things look better than they are. So I'm going to give you the real lowdown on 4S and what it looks like, and a bit of like a classroom tour of my like essential stuff and what I need and use within my classroom. Let's start off with my desk. She's beautiful. It's a caboodle desk, so it's not actually a like proper desk that you sit at. It is a standing desk. However, it has this cool thing that you can pull out and sit at with like a normal chair. So there is that. I have my computer set up on there and it's obviously connected to the interactive board, which is a Promethean board. Which is really good, and it's like fancy and has all these functions that I never use. But yeah, I really appreciate having an interactive board. I just think it is like such a good resource to have in any classroom. Then coming along next to there, I have all our reading group stuff at the bottom. Again, I was like, oh, I'll wait till it's all like beautiful. I don't have time to like sort through it. You have to really be picky about what's important to you when you become a teacher. I used to think, oh, my room will just look like beautiful all the time and be super color coded, and like the majority of the time, yeah, it is. It's beautiful and wonderful, but a lot of the time I'm just too tired and I can't be bothered to make it fancy, and it just is functional instead, which is awesome. Coming around here, I've got heaps of stuff on the floor, so I don't want to tread on it, but I've got like whiteboard markers, goal getters bracelets that match up to our learning goals over here. I spoke about this in another video, so if you go back, I think it was like Week in a Life, go back and check that out. I speak all about the learning goals and how they work. Whiteboard, obviously an essential, you need that. Over on next to it, I've got my Mrs. Sainty, what do I do now, must-dos, catch-ups, and may-dos. So the must-do, and I'm going to try and walk over here without treading on their artwork. The must-dos are the things that they have to do. Catch-up is work they have to catch up, and then may-do is stuff that if they finished all their work and they smashed it and they did a really good job, there's an like additional extension task to do. Optional tasks, things like that. Obviously what's on today, I write that up at the top, and I get a student to write the date every day because I think that's like a cute job to do. Coming around, we have a bare wall. This used to be my VCOP wall, but I've already stripped it for the year. Again, I was going to do this beautiful classroom tour much earlier and I didn't, and I'm sorry, and I already stripped down my VCOP wall. If you aren't aware of a VCOP wall, it's to do with the program for big writing. Again, I talk about that in, I think, again, Week in a Life. If not, if you'd want to hear more about that, comment below and I will do a dedicated video. Reading group stuff, I got this timetable. It's really cute. It's got pictures that correlate with what they're doing from Teach Data. I always use the Teach Data calendar cards. I've shown them like a bunch of times already during my reading group rotations. Obviously I have my reading groups, read and respond. We're not doing reading groups this week, so there is nothing in there for them to do. Let's keep going. Oh my gosh, I look so gross. So it's Friday afternoon, I apologize. Over here I have my keyboard to do music. I hardly ever play it, to be honest, but it is a good resource to have in the room when you want to do music or have a brain break with music stuff, or get your kids to perform because they probably can play about 10 times better than me. On here is my guided reading trolley. So normally at the top I have all my readers, but I've had to hand them back to the library for the year. Then I've got my big writing stuff, so all our VCOP highlighters, pyramids, words for our VCOP wall, extra little resources and things, texters. How good are the Tollsby frames from IKEA? If you don't have them, they're pretty cool. Obviously you don't need any of this stuff, but it's just stuff that I've accumulated over the years. All of our Chromebooks. Coming along here, those stools that I made using my Cricut that I kind of workshopped and made into like pencil vibes. You can go and see that video over on my channel. These are we made greenhouses as a project, so we're trying to keep them alive. Let's hope for the best. I love these, like, do not touch. We're trying to keep them alive, so let's see how we go with that. All of our headphones I just store in a bag in this big, like, watermelon. I don't think this is the best way to store them, but it just keeps them out of the way. This is all our packing stuff up for the end of the year. Like, one of my favorite things is this mirror, and I normally write a different quote on it every term roundabout, but I really like this quote, so I've kept it up for ages. It says, meet the person responsible for your grades, actions, words, choices, and success. Love that. My cupboard was really, just didn't match my room. It was like this cream color and I just wasn't about it. So I covered it in I think they're called Kinder spots. I just laminated them and made it into a piece of art. Teaching is a work of art. Love this quote from Miss Fairclaw, obsessed. Everyone always asks me about that. Go check it out. It's free on her TPT. Giant abacus, because why not? It's really good with like infants and stuff. Obviously I have year 4, they just like playing with it, but it actually is a really good learning tool for infants with like hundreds of charts and stuff. Our mail cubbies, which are very full at the moment because we've been keeping our magazines in there as well. I use these for sending notes home so I don't forget to give them to people that are away, homework, all that thing. They're kind of in charge. If something's in there, it has to go home. And if it's stuck in there and the parents come in and like, you didn't hand me that note, I'm like, is it in their cubby? And it's always in their cubby. So yeah, they're kind of that puts the pressure off you being in charge of making sure everyone gets notified about stuff. Good communication. At the start of the year, we always do a name display of some form. We've got welcome to 4S. You are the reason we are here. I think that's really important to know as you walk in. You're the reason why we're here. We're not here for any other reason but you. I used to have this as like a term, like term 1, term 4 weekly countdown. I didn't do a term 4 one, and my kids asked me if I was going to do one. I was like, no. So they decided to make their own very cute thing. It says, well done for all your hard work this year. It's so cute. I love it. We're not on holidays yet, but I love it. Class rules. I totally think you should write these with your kids. I've got way too many, but my kids are like, this rule, this rule, this rule. And I think it's awesome that they could come up with so many. I think it's probably too many for class rules, but year 4 they can handle it. And I got them all to sign the bottom, and it's laminated and sealed, and it just means that we have to follow them. Be aware, this is teaching. Having 1,000 mugs at your sink that you haven't returned, and spray bottles for plants and all this other stuff that you don't want. I also have a little mail letterbox. Oh, there's something in there. Didn't check it today. Oops. So I got that from Bunnings and I sprayed it, put those stickers on the front. What else have we got going on? Oh, piles of homework that I need to mark. Disgusting. Look, this is the realities of teaching. Like, what is that? What is that stain? That's disgusting. That's gross. Bookshelf, which is not, again, Pinterest perfect. A lot, like, that is, come on. Okay, I have kids that tidy this, obviously. I do not. What else? Yes. This quote, love this quote. Dolly Parton, I made this. It's on my TPT for free if you want to check it out. Love this IKEA light. And behind my desk I have my boys' microphone, all of my lanyards with keys and whistles and everything, hat and vest, so if I am stuck out in the playground I can send a kid up to come and get that. So we're all safe. Got my teacher toolbox. Now I cannot for the life of me remember whose TPT I purchased these off because I can't find it because I got locked out of my old TPT, but I'm sure if you like look up teacher toolbox you can find it. And this teacher toolbox is just from eBay. I think it was about $30. I know they sell some really cute ones now in Spotlight, I think. So there's those. Nothing really has actually what it's meant to have in it, but I know where everything is, so that's good to know. What else did I want to show you? This is just like, don't even look in there, it's so messy and gross. Oh, these caddies, because we do flexible seating. I try and fill these up with like rulers, scissors, glue sticks, anything else that they might need, like sneaky pencils that are put in there when they're meant to be over here. This is like our main very, very, very stocked, what do you call it, like supply trolley. We have completely run out of pencils for the year. Look how tiny all those pencils are that are in there, but I don't have any more, so that's what we'll have to deal with for the next 6 weeks. We've got our birthday chart, which is from Teach Data, and all these cute little hanging things are from Target US. We don't have them in Australia. Target US. Pretty much anything cute, all those magnets, Target US. So when I was in America, I always buy a big in Target because it's like 10 times better than our Target because it has teaching things. These were our class banners for the end of the year. So I got each kid to just pick a banner. Like, I just laid out paper and I said, go and sit at any banner and create something. And they are so gorgeous, just lots of different collaborative ideas. Some of them have themes, some of them are just mishmash, but I love it. And I'm going to put them all the way up the top, so when this whole classroom is stripped ready for the new building, at least we'll have that like fun little strip of art in the room that the kids feel like they really contributed to, because there was no direction. I was just like, go for it, smash it out, use whatever materials you want and create something that makes you feel really good and happy. But yeah, that is my very quick classroom tour. I'm probably out of breath. I probably look ugly. I might not even use this. If this somehow made it onto the internet, even though I look disgusting, I just want to say to everyone for watching, thank you kindly. Like and subscribe as well. Do that, please. That would be nice. I'd love it. Thank you all.